evening. Kandhari Wolves up against Undefeatables. Both the teams have played 2 games yet unbeaten. So we will have another team who will lose a match, and we will have a team who is still going to be unbeaten after 3 games and secure their position for round 2. So it's toss time. Mukesh has the coin. We have Swaraj on one side and Bally's on the other. Vicky said to call. Swaraj is the call. Swaraj it is. Kandhari Wolves have won the toss, have elected to field. All the best.
Okay, we'll elected to field. Good. Very nice. All the best.
What would you like to say about the team, the way the team is playing?
I'm very happy the way the team played the first day. We had 2 lovely games, and I'm excited that this game we win, because this gives me a chance to play the further 2 games. So my team will allow me to play if we win today. So that is the reason, one more reason. Frankly, I want the team to win. So let's hope for the best. Let's have a lovely game. Let's play Asli Khul Ke Khelo cricket.
And what do you have to say about Mr. Avi Mittal, the way Swaraj Cup is going on?
Very well. I can see the passion in him, the way he's, going to the minute detail, trying to make everyone happy. It's really all the best to him. I'm always with him. My support from heart with him, and to Sportino, of course. And Junaid Bhai, I'm seeing my brother here. I'm sure he'll be here shortly, because he's really the real encyclopedia. He knows the subject so well that the more I learn from him, the more he knows more better. So let's have a lovely game.
So that's it. Kandhari Wolves have won the toss, have elected to field up against Undefeatables. Match coming your way in 5 minutes. Thank you.
Zahir. So Zamir is going to open the bowling end for Kandari Wolves in this day 3, match number 1. So here we begin. Let's give a lot of applause for day 3 at the Swaraj Cup. Here we go. The live action begins. In the air and missed by Dharmesh. And undefeatables are right off the mark on the way, first delivery. Guru comes on strike. This time it will be a wide. No ball, and that will be a big hit for a sixer. The ball came very easily to Guru, and that swing of the bat for a big 6. Gets a free hit and makes the most of it. No, he doesn't. But still he is safe at the crease. We also would like to thank Vishal Karya and Vivek Kothari for giving us this lovely turf, wonderful infrastructure, Aether Astropark turf at the Juhu. The start looks good. Here's in the air, and that will be a wicket, a -5. Guru was in a little bit hurry in this one. The ball did not take that height which was expected after hitting that shot. It was flatter for sure, but it was easily landing in the hands of the fielder.
अरे 2 6 मारा था ना। -5 अपडेट हुआ क्या? अभी स्कोर क्या है?
5 runs on the scoreboard for a loss of 1 wicket, and that will bring in Mukesh at the crease. On the leg side, quite a big over by Zamir, but he's got a wicket as well to get that -5 on the scoreboard. Nicely played there by Kaur, straight in the hands of the fielder. Zafar, the fielder. That is again a chance of a run out, but the throw was a little wider, not little, but way wider. Last ball, it was a right call given by Mukesh not to go for that run. Don't want to take a risk at the last ball. Good thinking. And that is going to be a power play over. The bowling power play brought to you by Chauhan Group of Companies. Bally's Entertainment Sri Lanka, our title sponsor, who's been there with us for this beautiful Swaraj Cup. Sankit Rathod. Interesting move by the captain here to get Sankit early to bowl. Probably they're looking at a wicket here. Straight to the fielder. Guys, straight to the fielder there. Oh, that will be a fast delivery called by the umpire, and we'll have to bowl that again. Straight to Zamir. He does it well there. No run on that occasion. Good over by Sanket till now. He's mixing and twisting it very nicely. In the air, Sanket almost had his man, but the catch dropped. In the air, and let's see, will he be able to get that one?
6 है 4 है 6 है 4 है
That is a beautiful boundary by Mukesh, relieving that bit of a pressure that was created by the bowler. Lot of dot balls, and then this boundary would cover up those dot balls, but an edge and straight to Shiraz. He makes no mistake, and a wonderful catch behind the stumps. Wicket number 2 falling down here. On one side, undefeatables, all the batsmen who are coming are trying to go for those big ones, and on the other end, Kandari Wolves are managing this very nicely by taking up wickets in the regular intervals. 2 wickets have gone till now, and as I told you and as I promised you, this is going to be the most entertaining match today. Both these teams are very strong. Puneet Gidwani comes to the centre. A man who hit a lot of sixes yesterday. Wonderful striker of the ball. Takes his time at the crease, but once he's started hitting those big ones, it's difficult for him to stop. Sufyan Mansoori comes to the bowling attack. It's a very good move, first getting Sanket, then getting Sufyan. Probably in the first 4 overs, they're looking to attack more on the batsman, trying to get the wicket. And I think that is the whole idea, not to give themselves a big total. So that's why they are getting the best of the bowlers to bowl the earlier overs so that they get a wicket, they get the key man out, and then they can capitalize in the later 4 overs, which is the 5th, 6th and 7th and the 8th over. Good start by Sufyan and nicely played by Keur. That goes into a declare zone, just guided the ball on the offside. Will get 1 declare runs, and that will take the score to 11 runs. Something different he wanted to try, but that will be a wide. Again trying the same one, and this time he gets his man. A wicket falling down. Keur not really happy with that shot, but he will have to return back to the dugout. 3 quick wickets by Kandari Wolves that they've taken. They've managed to maintain that pressure, bring in that extra bit of pressure on the opponents, undefeatables, but another finest batsman, the one who who's proved yesterday that he can play a very good cricket under pressure. Anuj Mishra comes to the centre. Always having a pleasant smile on his face, and when he comes to bat, he's so cool, he's so composed, he knows what he's doing. Anuj Mishra comes to the center. On the other end is Puneet Girwani, who has not yet got to bat much. Probably he was standing at the non-striker's end. So Anuj Mishra, the danger batsman, comes to the striker's end. On the non-striker's end, it's still Puneet. Bit of a change in the fielding here. Sufyan Mansoori also going right arm over the wicket. Good field setting here by Kandari Wolves. Fahim goes behind the stumps. Nicely played off the mark right away. Dharmesh Panchal, the fielder, and he will only give away one run back to end of the over. No, sorry, not the end of the over, sorry. It's 3 balls that have been bowled, 13 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. Bit of a team discussion here. Puneet Girwani. And I would like to welcome our commissioner of this Swaraj Cup, Mr. Junaid Sharif. Welcome, sir. And what a welcome from Team Sportino. Warm welcome to Mr. Junaid Sharif. So Puneet now wanting to go for a run. No, says Anuj. Good one by Sufyan. A fantastic batsman, a fantastic bowler, and a very good fielder. Sufyan Mansoori is at the bowling end. Where did the ball go? Nowhere. It's a dead ball. So, straight to Dharmesh. No run on that occasion again. Puneet Girwani, as I told you, he takes his time to settle down, but once he's settled down, he is a man of long innings. That is a good shot, and just when I was saying this, he was surely hearing the commentary. Takes his own time, and once he knows what he's going to play today, after understanding the conditions, studying the pitch, he goes for those big ones, and then the sixes, you can't stop that. A lot of owners have done a very good job playing. We've seen wonderful innings by the owner of Viking Warriors when he's playing, and that's a beautiful six. So Anuj Mishra strikes and he goes for a big one. We saw good one now, good defensive shot on that one. So as I was saying, owners have done a very good job here. We've seen the owner of Viking Warriors, Wasim Sheikh, has done a beautiful job when he came out to bat. Vicky Kandhari sir did his debut at the turf when he was playing for Kandhari Bulls. Azam Tanwar, the bowler, and the specialist of this monster over, brought to you by Neton Wolf Group. That runs in the air, and that is also going to bring that 6 more runs on the scoreboard. A sixer by Anuj Mishra. Well, it looks so easy when he hits those, but it's a sheer class of timing that Anuj has. Goes in for a defense. They've taken the score after the end of 4 overs to 47 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. From here on, of course, they will be looking at an 85-90 plus score. But let's see what are the plans for with Kandhari Wolves now. Whom are they going to get to bowl? Of course, they will be looking at a wicket here because this partnership is very dangerous. On one end you have Puneet Gidwani, one end you have Anuj Mishra. Both amazing strikers of the ball. Effortless in which they play. It looks effortless, but there's a lot of study, there's a lot of time they've spent in the nets, practicing daily. And then you can see this kind of a performance when they come out to bat, when they come out for a live match. So Puneet at the strikers end now. Shiraz comes to bowl. Low full toss goes on the onside. Will get an easy single there. Brings Anuj Mishra back on strike. Left hand, right hand batsman combination. Always keeps the fielders busy. Because every time the strike end changes, the batsman changes. They have to shuffle and reshuffle their fielding as well. That is a good shot in the air for some time, and that will be a classy 4. So this time he did not take the aerial route, but this one was good enough to travel to the boundary rope. Nicely tossed up delivery here. Good comeback by Shiraz. Again, trying to give a good flight to the delivery that is bowling. Probably is keeping it very sensible. And that is the need of the hour. You have to keep your patience. You have to deliver for your team. That is a good delivery. That is a very good delivery and nicely played by Anuj. Can't stop that easy single. Continuously rotating the strikes. Strike 55 for 3 now. Goes into a declare zone. Brings back Anuj on strike now. 1 to go in this over. Let's see how he finishes the over with. Bit of a change again in the fielding. Dharmesh goes to rescue that one and end of the over with a single. That will take the score to 56 after the end of 5 overs. More 3 to go. And these 3 overs will be very critical. So new bowler, I think it will be Jaffer. Yes, he is going to bowl the 6th over. Anuj Mishra back on strike. Starts off with a wide ball. Umpire Jitendra Kadam gives it a wide. Nicely played straight to Azam. Yes, no is the call, but the throw is very wide. He almost jumps into the VIP zone. Quite an athlete is Puneet. So Puneet back to strike. That is a good one, and almost had it. Very good try by Sufyan. Had to stretch himself to take that one, but unfortunate. Anuj Mishra will be back on striker. What does he have in his mind? Is he going to go again on the top? Avi thinks he's going to go on the top. Let's see. Jaffer, the bowler. Full toss ball, but straight to Sufyan, directs it. Well, most of the throws that I've seen has been very wide to the stumps. Whenever there was a close chance. This one too was a very good chance if it would have hit directly. But again, all good for UD in the air this time, goes at the extra covers. Bit of a deviation there. Sanket Rathore coming on the ball, and an easy 2 runs scored there. With that couple of runs added, it will be 62 runs on the scoreboard for the loss of 3 wickets. Now both these batsmen have shaped up the innings so nicely. Runs are flowing in this manner, and but there will be a speed breaker applied by Zafar. He picks up a wicket. Easy catch for Bhavin Jani, who's standing at the long off region. He makes no mistake, and Puneet's innings comes to an end. So good partnership between Puneet and Anuj after the wicket number 3 that had gone, and now it is 4 wickets down for undefeatables. This will bring in Tathir Chotani to the crease. Very good runner. Loves to play in the gaps. Loves to start his innings with singles, doubles. Does a lot of running around in the crease, on the crease. And then also looks for loose deliveries so that he can score big. A very sensible player is Tathir, with number 7 jersey as he takes the strike. Interesting to watch. Zafar to Tathir. Full toss ball. This time he has a different plan. Oh, he was almost looking at that big 6 because it was a full toss ball, but the ball went beyond the fence, and that will be a wicket falling down. So Bhavin Jani comes to the attack at the bowling end. Anuj Mishra still at the center. Sabir Tanwar, the new man in. Sabir yet to perform big in his batting. He's got a lot of chances, but not been really good with the bat. He would be looking forward for this chance as well. Full toss ball hit straight to Sanket. Good fielding by him. The ball was racing towards the boundary rope. Was hit like a rocket. But only get a single here. Good stop there by Dharmesh. Again a single by Sabir. He is off the mark. That is not the delivery that he was looking for. A no ball and a free hit right away for Anuj Mishra. It's like a favorite dish of Anuj coming in front of him, a free hit. And he's ready to eat. And straight to Sanket this time, a good throw from the deep. Couldn't make the maximum of it. The try was there, but probably the elevation was not really correct. That will be a dead ball. In the air, a mistimed hit and a good catch there by Dharmesh will bring in the end of Sabir's innings. Again, not a good one for him, but he will return back to the pavilion now. That will bring in Yamin, the tall man, comes to bat. Good bowling, a straight carpet drive to Sanket. Easy single there. Oh, that will be a disaster. Yes, no. Let the third umpire review it and give us the decision. Well, he for sure missed that on the first chance, but we'll have to see when he knocks off the bails. Was Anuj back safe? So looks like a good day of cricket with Kandari Wolves and Undefeatable starting the day at grade 3, and then we have ISBM Avengers taking on Smashers, then we have All Monsters taking on Turf Addicts, All Stars then will be taking on Spartan Warriors, then we again have ISBM playing their second match of day 3 versus Rensa Titans, and again All Stars will be playing the second match against Mavericks. Looks like a very exciting day of cricket here today, and that was the matches that are aligned now. So meanwhile, when this 7th over is still in progress, just one more to go, one ball to go in this one, I will request ISBN Avenger captain and Smashers captain to be ready for the toss and be present near the presentation area where the toss happens. Captain of ISBN Avengers and captain of Smashers, requesting you guys to be present at the presentation area for the toss.
सर उनको पूछना थ्रो कोच नहीं करना
So Fahim doing a good job behind the stumps, and wicket there. So last over by Dharmesh starts off with a 6. Anuj Mishra on a roll here, 69 now on the scoreboard. Dharmesh Panchal, welcome with a 6er. Once again a big one, and this time the cameraman catches it very nicely. Do we have catch of the match for the cameraman also? Avi? Do we have catch of the match for cameramans also? All right. In the air, but will fall safe. So Anuj Mishra. Oh, this is another big shot. He's riding the vehicle on the last gear here. He's moving very fast. One more, and that is a big one, and that will also bring his half century. 52 runs by Anuj Mishra. What an impressive innings on the day 3. Another 50 that we saw.
50 पहले ही है ना
Before,
नहीं नहीं फर्स्ट किया था मार्केटिंग
and that will be the end of the innings, but I think he's done the necessary damage here. The first half century recorded. Well, and the most special thing about the Swaraj Cup is that every day we see a new milestone that is getting achieved. On the day 1 we saw a hat-trick. On the day 2 we saw a hat-trick and 6 balls, 6 sixes by Bhavik. On day 3 we see the first half century that is getting recorded. So every day is a day of new milestone that is getting achieved here at the Swaraj Cup.
No problem.
That will be the end of first innings, and the first innings will be ending at 96 runs, and it will be 97 runs to win. Quite a big total for Kandari Wolves. Welcome Vicky sir to the Swaraj Cup. Looks pretty tense now. Not at all. Yes, that was the reaction that was expected from Vicky sir. And now he's going to cheer up his team, and they will soon come out to bat. Meanwhile, I will request undefeatables to please set up their field. Meanwhile, let's get on with the toss. Kazim, all over to you. Captain of Team Smashers and captain of Team ISBM Avengers, please be ready for the toss. It's the toss time at the Swaraj Cup.
Check.
रेडी है तो बोल.
So it's toss time, match number 2, day 3. It is Smashers versus Team ISBM. We have Mr. Vicky Kandari to do the honors, please. Who's calling? ISBM to call. Swaraj is the call, and Bally's it is. So Smashers has won the toss and elected
Field.
you on the losing end. Any new strategies today?
Do or die matches. All three are the do or die matches. I think same strategies. One or two players here and there. The strategies will
All the best for the game. Your owner, your captain, everybody is missing. Get your team ready fast.
Yes, sir, we will do it. Don't worry about it. Our 11 players are ready. They will be reached here by 10 minutes.
Alright, all the best for the game. So the news from the toss, Smashers winning the toss. Are you fielding? And electing to field first.
Thank you, Kazim, from the presentation area. So Smashers have won the toss and selected to field first. Have invited ISBM Avengers to bat first. Interesting match that is going to be. So here we go. Hanif and so Hanif and Arif comes to bat. But the very first runs on the very first ball off the mark. White ball by Guru. A big chase here, 97 runs. Not an easy one. And that will be straight in the hands of Aviyamin, but he drops it. A good chance was available there, but gone down. Hanif comes back on strike. And that's an edge, and caught behind nicely by Puneet. Wicket number 1 falling down, and that -5. On the scoreboard. And yes, how can I forget all the creatives, the videos, everything, the live updates that you see on the group or on the social media. My friend, my dear brother, IQ is the man behind all this amazing creatives that you see on social media. Straight to the fielder this time, no run. So end of the first over, and that first over was very good for undefeatables. The score is 0. And that will be a power play over by Chauhan Group of Companies. Sabir Tanwar comes to bowl that. So he's got Tatir Chotani at the deep, a very good fielder, only one fielder at the boundary line. Starts off with a wide, Sabir. So the first runs for Kandari Wolves. That is a good shot in the air, and that will travel. That will travel to impress everyone. Good shot there by Zamir for a big 6. Once again in the air, let's see how long it travels. No, this time it's a miss hit. And that will be wicket number 2. Kazim Merchant, the man behind the live social media updates that you see, the stories, all the live action. Monish capturing some amazing pictures that gets uploaded later in the day, and you enjoy them. He is the man behind it. And I warmly welcome Dr. Vinay Agarwal, the owner of ISBM Avengers and also the owner of ISBM University. Dr. Vinay Agarwal, welcome to the Swaraj Cup. That will bring in the key man for Kandari Wolves, Azam Tanwar. Now what do I say about him? He's a fantastic strategist, a very calculative cricketer. Always loves to shape his innings and make it to perfection. Azam Tanwar is at the center. In the air, and what a timing. What a beautiful timing by Azam. He starts off with a 6. Just placing the bat and the timing. Voila. Wonderful timing on that one. Super hit, and that will also result for another 6er. Well, he's here to do a big bang, and he's already started it. enjoying the party. Azam Tanwar. 19 on the scoreboard now. Second over has been a bliss for Kandahari Wolves till now. 2 sixes there by Azam. In the air, and Kathir comes on it. This time he will field it, but 2 easy runs for Azam. That will take the score to 21 for 2. Still one more to go in this over. Equation is 77 runs needed of 37. That is a good shot. That one's played towards the deep extra covers region. Easy couple of runs to end that over. And that will take the score to 23 for the loss of 2 wickets after 2 overs. This over has been really well for Kandahari Wolves. One extra there bowled by UD. Sabir Tanwar got a wicket though, but gave away 23 runs in this one. Very expensive. So Azam is playing on 16 runs now. Quite an impressive start by him. That will now bring in the new bowler, Karan Vora. And a right thing to do, give the best man who is hitting and blasting in the centre, Azam Tanwar, more and more strike. Good thinking by Arif. Well, look at that. Well, if he keeps on playing like this, we might have the second half century today as well. Great batting, absolutely great batting. That will be a wide. It's created that pressure on the bowlers. He's hitting every delivery for a big one. That is this time almost looked like it will travel fine, but a wicket falling down. A very good cameo played by Azam Tanwar, and he's gone. Wicket number 4, na? Wicket number 3 falling down. And that will bring in Sanket Rathod to the centre. What does he has in his mind? Well, of course, the instruction will be very clear from the dugout. Will be, look, we got to chase a big total and we have to be on it. It's the run rate that they have to get into control. Sanket with that quick single. A very good runner. Has the potential to convert those singles into doubles. Pick up a good opportunity. Sneak a run. That is a good shot again, but not quite hit it very powerfully. This is what he can do. Oh, there's a wicket falling down. Arif will have to go back to the dugout, and that will get in Shiraz to the centre. And now it's time for another blast because Shiraz Sheikh is coming to the centre. Again, the man of sixes has got a lovely gift of timing with him. When you see those sixes, they're very classy. Shiraz comes to the centre with Sanket Rathod. That is a good ball by Karan, and also it will be the end of another good over. 3 overs gone. It is 33 for 4, and now comes a very important over which will be bowled by Salman, the monster over brought to you by Niton Wolf Group. Interesting move now, which we will see, and a very insightful also, because the reason I call it insightful is what is the batsman going to do now? How are they prepared for this one? Quick single in the declare zone. Shiraz will be on strike now with that single. The monster over brought to you by Niton Wolf Group. That is a good one. And I told you, you will see a lot of blasting innings from him. Loves to go big, loves to hit those sixes. The sixer man, Shiraz Sheikh, is in the center. Dead ball. Dead ball. In the air, and Karan going for it, but misses it. He went very slow on the ball. It was a good chance. Was a very good chance, but couple of runs easily. Wonderful bowling, very good bowling by Salman. Shiraz misses it. Straight to Puneet behind the stumps, a dot ball to note down. And that will be also in the air. Yaman goes for it, and that will be a 6. He had a couple of chances to still stop that one. The ball popped out once, twice, and then it landed into the 6 zone. So 12 more runs added, and by the end of 4th over, it is 65 runs on the scoreboard, 98 runs to win. Now the equation is pretty simple. 33 runs needed of just 24 deliveries. Wonderful piece of batting by Shiraz Sheikh, the man of sixes. That is a good shot. Sanket doing the right thing, giving the strike to Shiraz, gets a quick single. On one end there is a lot of blasting going on by Shiraz, and on the other end where Sanket is taking it easy with those singles. That is a good one. Will that travel? No, this time he's gone. But I think he's done his job superbly in that monster over itself. Wicket going down, and 67 for 5. Kandari Wolves need 31 runs from just 22 deliveries now. Pretty close. Anuj Mishra picking up that important wicket, bringing in Fahim Batliwala now to the crease. Fah. A sensible cricketer comes to the centre. Fahim doesn't take too many risks. Shapes his innings very well. Fahim. Now what does he have in his mind, and what Anuj has in his mind? Good competition between these two. Nicely played on the offside in the gap, giving the strike to Sanket. Another calculative cricketer. Takes a quick single. Salman coming on the ball. Easy single there. Oh, that is a clean ball, and wicket number 2 for Anuj in this over. (69 for 6 now. Interesting game it is. 29 runs needed from 19 deliveries. And here comes Sufyan Mansoori. So Sufi comes to the centre. Again a very talented batsman. (29 needed of 19). Well, giving respect to that first delivery that he faced. End of Anuj's over. And after the end of 5 overs, it will be 16-9 for the loss of 6 wickets. A big chase that we are watching here. 29 runs needed of 18 deliveries. Well, this is a nice move. Generally, we have seen Shaukat bowling that monster over, but this time it was Salman who was bowling that monster over, and now it will be Shaukat to bring in some pressure.
We are running late, yaar.
That will be a wide ball. So Shaukat starting with a wide. Quick single. This is what it does. Puts the pressure back on the fielders, stealing those singles. Sufyan again nicely responding to that call. Sanket Rathod and Sufyan. That is a good shot on the onside. They're going to go for the second one. Sanket is off, but no says Sufyan. Just a quick single here. straight to Mukesh. Quick single again. This time straight to Kaur. Full toss ball was not an intended full toss, but he stepped down the crease and could take that full toss. Quick single again. Lovely. This is lovely cricket by these two. Putting that extra bit of pressure onto the fielders, stealing the singles, and that will be the end of the over. 75 now. The Platinum Jubilee. Number 75 for 6 after the end of 6 overs. More 2 overs to go. .23 runs needed of 12. Will they get it? They need one big hit for sure. Who's going to hit that? Is it going to be Sufyan? Is it going to be Sanket? Whoever hits, it is eventually going to count a lot at this point in time. They need one big shot to get that run rate into the control. So Tatir comes right and round the wicket. That is a white ball to start off. Now 22 needed of 12. Good one, but will be a wide. 21 needed now of 12. A reverse sweep. Quick single. 20 needed of 11. Needed of 11. What a good contest and what a match to witness. Oh, this was very close. Puneet was behind the stumps and there was an edge, there was a nick. Sanket just breathing a sigh of relief. He was almost caught, almost caught. Off in a flash, completing that run. Tatir Chotani doing a good job, but they need one big hit right now, and Sufyan Mansoori is at the striker's end. That will be a white ball, and it does happen in such pressure situations. Sometimes there's no control over the line and length. That is a good shot. Another catch gone down. Well, I think 3 important moments where they could have caught. I still remember Yamin was going for that catch and that went for a 6. The recent chance that they got was for Sanket Rathod, where Puneet dropped the catch, and this time it was Karan Bora. 3 important catches went down. Those were very crucial catches that they could have caught. But nevertheless, the live action continues. In the air, and yes, it's a balle time for Kandhari Wolves. That is a big 6. runs needed in just 7 deliveries. Will Sufyan go for one more? That will be a wide ball and a declare run. 8 needed of 7 is changed the phase of the game now. What a shot! Oh, but this time he will miss it, and the ball going beyond the fence, and that will be a wicket. That brings a lot of responsibility now on the shoulder of Sanket. 8 runs needed of 6. Wanted to finish things in style, but makes a mistake here. Goes for a big one, and he's gone. Sanket Rathod will be joined in by Dharmesh Panchal, another good cricketer. Has played all formats of the game, whether it is underarm cricket, overarm cricket, leather cricket, tennis cricket. Dharmesh Panchal comes to the centre. So Sanket Rathod now, what will be going for? He has to keep a lot of strike with him because he's been there on the crease for a long time. He would surely look for those doubles that he would love to go for. Keep the strike to himself. 8 runs needed of 6. What a match. Day 3. Welcome to Swaraj Cup. In the air and straight to Guru. Well. What do we have here now? Undefeatables has done that many a times in the past, and they are doing it again now. Wicket goes down, pressure increases. 8 runs needed of 5 deliveries. 8 on 5. Oof, that is a nail biter now. A breathtaking match. Day 3, match number 1. Live action right here from the 8th Astro Park turf. We're live on YouTube as well. Courtesy tenniscricket.in. 5 to go and 8 to win. Who's going to be smiling at the end of the 5 balls that are yet to be bowled? Only request to the teams, please start the match. Please. Yamin has a very big responsibility. Bhavan Jani, of course, would be feeling the heat. Well. It's a wide ball. Seven needed of 5. On the onside, will they go for 1? Will they go for 2? No, they will have to settle for 1. 6 on 4. Every ball is now getting interesting and more interesting. Both of the teams feeling the heat. Dharmesh Panchal wants to go for a big one, but no, he's gone. Wicket falling down 92 for 9 now. Last wicket. What a match on day 3, the first one. Call for catch it, but the ball will fall safe. 4 runs needed of 2. What a match. 4 runs needed of just 2 deliveries. It is still anyone's game from here on, and don't know what is going to happen. 4 runs needed of just 2 deliveries. Again, straight to Sabir this time. Good thinking by him. Came running with the ball and gave it to Yamin. 3 runs needed of 1. Bhavin Jani has a big responsibility on his shoulder. He has to go for a big one to finish it off clearly. Or he has to go run for this. 3 runs needed of 1 delivery. What a match. Wonderful, interesting, impeccable. Three needed of 1. Here we go. Well. That will be a dead ball.